So welcome guys inside probably one of the coolest man caves we've ever seen. What do you think? This is just...
It's amazing. I mean, we are standing here just in a small corner, but it stretches all the way up there, and it goes even further to the right. And
what's behind you there? You guys may recognise. You guys out there who are oldies who know about custom cars.
George Barris.
This is one of George Barris's cars from back in the day, and we are visiting a very special gentleman who we met, what, 6 years ago now?
About 6 years, yeah, when George Barris was actually over in England.
That's right, he came over to England, and this gentleman is an avid collector of his cars, and he had about 12 back in the day. Now he has about 4 or 5, I think.
I think 4 of the best he kept.
So we've been invited by him. His name's Gary, lovely guy. So we can have a little look around, show you guys what we can have, and then have a sit down with Gary, find out how he got into collecting. So let's have a look around. And here we have the Alvin Acorn. Again, another George Barris creation. Obviously George built a lot of these incredible vehicles back in the day, and a lot of people like Gary, massive fans, wanted to own a piece of history and a piece of art, which is what these are. I mean, look at that interior, unbelievable. The furnace is just so freaking cool. Obviously information about the build from back when. Go at the back, I can't get too far behind because there's loads of things, but as you can see, more pedal cars, old arcade machines from back in the day, and even we've got a boxing punch ball over there, which is pretty freaking cool. So as you can see, there's a lot of different things in here, everything from back in the day, nostalgia, everything, bikes, little cars. Check these little things out, these are absolutely cool, look at that. And I just saw something really cool down here, so let me just take you down there just so you can have a look, and you'll see, if any of you guys are watching this, 80s chopper. Look at that. Oh yeah, how cool is this? Yeah. Just look at how many pedal cars Gary's got in his collection, and this is only half of them. Absolutely incredible. So you can see there's pedal cars everywhere. I'm just going to try and step over them to show you guys one of the customers just down here. Oh, there's Carmen and Elisa, our friend. Come down and check them out. Look at this. Oh yeah, that is just incredible. Man. We haven't seen some of these for a long time, so these are like hidden treasure for us. And you can see the magazine article in Customer Rod of one of the George Barris cars. Amazing. Let me just step back so you guys can see a little bit more. Okay, so this is one of my favourite ones. It's insane. Just look at this. Hot rod billiard table. Let's go down here. Look at those wheels. Any of you guys watching this, a few ideas for you with your wheels? Again, the front, that's the seating position. Just look at that. That's mental. And yes, up above, a proper billiard table. Not sure what engine's in here, but if I go down and see, a bit dark. Probably a V8. Probably, not sure the chassis. Gotta find out about that. Oh hello, Batman and Robin. Not the original, but all good anyway. This thing's just insane, look at that. Jeez, look. Okay, let me try and get past here. Try not to get on all the vehicles. Let's have a look from the back. There you go. It's called the Hustler.
to Alvin and the
Oh
Alcon.
wow.
That's the original article on that.
That's cool.
This is a CD of me and George talking about that.
Amazing.
The Alvin. This here, some original pictures of the Sidewinder at car shows.
This is brilliant. We're going to take pictures and film all them. That's going to be brilliant.
This is the money one, this one here. This here is the Alvin being built, but he built it at the same time as the Batmobile. And you know the Batmobile was made out of the Futura concept car.
Yes.
That's the canopy that hanging up in the background of the car.
No way.
Yeah, so look,
That's
you can
amazing.
see in the background,
Yeah,
Batmobile right there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And some more pictures being built there.
Wow.
And sort
These
of
are the original
programs,
pictures,
yeah.
wow.
That's
And then
fantastic.
I think this here is the video of the Sand Dragon, and on this video here it shows the Sand Dragon being drawn and then built.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so I think that might be on the CD or it's on the internet.
Okay.
Or it's on there.
Yeah, we'll have to find that because that'd be great to add that. It's incredible.
I have a copy of all them and stuff. That's
Oh,
the
awesome.
program to the original auction.
Oh my
So,
goodness,
yeah.
that's amazing. So you literally everything came when you bought the cars then, I
No,
guess?
I traced all this down, most of this.
Really?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah.
You've done so well to do that, and that's the original drawing.
Yeah, by George Barris in 1966.
Wow,
Try to hold that up so you can see it.
that's amazing.
So I'll let you do your bits and give us a shout when you want me, like it.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Look at that. So that's the original drawing by George Barris. That's insane. And he's actually gone out of his way to find all these bits. So these things didn't come with the car.
No.
He went out of the way to actually find all this. This is absolutely incredible.
You even have
Wow.
signature,
date.
the date on it,
Look at that.
side, front on, back,
That's incredible.
3/4
Alvin's
up,
Acorn,
down.
which is the one in the corner,
Yes.
right up there.
Well,
What else
maybe
we
you
got?
want to walk up so you
Ooh,
can see.
hold it. Can you? Sorry, taking that with me.
No, maybe not.
So you go. A lot of the old posters for George Barris, and the one we just seen, as you can see down here, is the Alvin Acorn, which is that one right there. How cool is that? So this is where I've asked Carmen to photograph nearly every page of this auction book. Sorry.
No, you're not.
But how much wealth of information and knowledge is in this? All the celebrities that basically he ever built, I think, the cars for, and every bit of information on every single one of the reasons why they built them. Finding this on the internet would be a minefield. So this is amazing. So thank you.
That's an early day advert.
Do you know what that reminds me of? A colouring book for kids. That's how
does.
things were back then. And all in here, everything you can imagine on all the stars cards, right? What is this? So welcome everybody, we're sitting here with a very special gentleman, his name is Gary. As you can see behind us, there's some very interesting cars. And we literally met Gary, 6 years ago I think back now, where we actually met George Barris and Gary because he had an amazing collection of some of his cars. So we're here today to talk about his passion for cars and how he got into collecting some of George Barris' best creation. So thank you, Gary, for inviting us today.
Thanks for coming down, yeah.
So it's incredible. I mean, first time here, I remember last time we spoke, this was absolutely amazing what you told us. I was just trying to visualise what that would be.
Yeah.
Here today, it's just blown us all away. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Before we go into the George Barris collection and everything else, how did it start for you with the passion for the cars?
Don't really know really. Me dad or my granddad wasn't really into cars. My brother started buying Street Machine magazine when I was younger, so I started looking at that, and then started off with 100Es, Mark 1 consoles, led on to the 50s American cars, then led on to the sort of custom cars and Andy Smith's cars and George Barris cars.
Gotcha.
The ultimate classy custom cars.
Right, so what was your first car then as you grew up? Obviously you got into that. What was your first one?
It was 100E, so 100E first, then a Mark 1 console, Mark 1 console convertible, then got more into the American cars, 59 Galaxy convertible, 59 Cadillac convertibles, 58 Edsel, so a lot of 50s stuff then, and then I started. I've always admired Andy Saunders' work and seen the run-around speedboat car at the Chelsea Cruise in the early 80s, and I'd see him being building it in the Street Machine, and then seeing it in real life, it was a wow moment to me, and that sort of led on to looking at that sort of history of custom cars, and sort of obviously George Barris was sort of most famous, and to my mind done the best creations.
Sure.
Yeah.
And obviously when we're in here, we see a lot of pedal cars as well. So when did the book for collecting, pedal cars?
I think it's the cars, and then it has knock-on effects. It's a young son bought him one pedal car, then another, and 135 later, I'm still collecting them.
So more for you than the son.
I've got granddaughters now, so he's grown up. So so I think you're into that sort of era retro stuff, then cars, and then coin-operated machines, jukeboxes, just goes on and on.
So
how
did you find it? Was it purely in England? Obviously you're in England. Is it just from England?
I think with collecting, you ask most collectors, it's more about the buzz of tracing it down and buying it. So once, I know it's not very good thing to say, but once I've traced down bought an item, I'll trace it down and buy the next item. So it goes a bit intense, and that's my relaxation. So
that's your hobby.
And my hobby, and every couple of hours each night, sort of relax by it, sort of searching the websites and trying to find rarer stuff literally all around the world. So I started off in England, but obviously because I'm into the ultra rare stuff, you have to look wherever it is and buy it wherever it is in the world.
Sure. And so before we talk about George Barris cars, what things are you still looking for to this day? You think, you know what, I've been searching for this for a long time. I don't know if you know this because you've probably got so many, but is there anything?
Well, I'm always searching for things that I don't know about, really.
Okay.
So it's pretty obvious. I like some GM concept cars like the Sabre and some of the sort of like GM stuff. I'm nearly bought 50 to 56 Chrysler station wagon concept car, but that didn't happen. I went to see in San Francisco, just from timing, etc. So that sort of stuff. But a lot of I've started collecting micro cars, got sort of like the original Peels prototype and all that. So the micro cars was from after the Second World War. There's a lot of varieties of micro cars because people were sort of building them in their sheds and stuff all around the world, and they could be built. So you get a lot of different shapes and sizes and real stuff. Just
amazing. So
my searches on eBay about that long, different things.
Really, I've been there for hours on end just searching. That was
Yeah.
cool because it is a treasure hunt, and just being here with you today for us because we documented the car journey and people's stories to find the guy like yourself in collections. It's impressive because you don't see them. They disappear. Which is on museums.
People say I should open this up as a museum. I should do it, but
when you get a chance,
when I get a chance of other stuff, so I'm trying to earn some money. It'd be a proper job to.
So this is a good job.
Stop
I
up
think it's
me.
a good job.
to keep the addiction going. Like, it's literally you're working to keep your addiction going. Like, it makes sense.
It does make sense. It makes sense to us. So.
Yeah.
So I'm curious because when we met you 6 years ago, there was a few vehicles of George Barris you had.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow, George Barris coming to England. We never did that before. We met you when George Barris did some pictures.
Yeah.
When did it happen? You said one day I've got to have some of these vehicles. When was that day? What were you thinking?
Well, since the sort of late 90s, early 2000s, I was always trying to find a sort of George Barris car to buy. And sort of early stages of the internet, etc. And just managed to trace a big collection of cars down in the south of France that was bought from the George Barris Clear Out Museum in 84, when we had a clear out auction in 83.
No way.
Yeah, so I managed to trace that down. A lot of people went out to buy the cars. Very difficult characters to work with, to do a deal with, and managed to buy a collection of 12, 13 cars.
Amazing.
And bought them back, lost a few on the way. It's a long story, but those are the important ones. Those are the important there.
Sure.
But then there was, just had a big mess of them, so I sold a few off and just ended up keeping to my mind the four gems, the four best ones.
So which ones do you have now? Because I think there's the Acorn behind me.
Yeah, got Alvin and the Acorn, Sidewinder, Sand Dragon, and Portable Car.
Wow. And when you got them, were they in the condition that you had today?
No. I did restore the Alvin and the Sand Dragon, and the Portable Car was just done a big, more of an open restoration. Sidewinder was just a bit of clean up and stuff.
Okay.
The other bits of course, yeah.
Did they drive? Or?
Yeah, what happens is in the 60s, there's show cars with him, shows in LA and San Francisco, and that part of America was getting massive, so it's big business. So the promoters at the shows used to get in touch with people like George to build the cars to promote the shows, and then tens of thousands of people go through the door, paying XYZ to get in. So it's sort of a really. And then the cars as well, therefore turned into models as well, so then they didn't need licenses from GM Motors. So kids wanted to buy a little Corvette, they had to get a license off GM Motors. But if you had to build a car from scratch or a show car, then you created the license and then you created the kids wanted to.
Wow, I did not realise that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, next year, do you feel you might take some out for a bit of a drive?
Yeah, driven the Alvin. I think it's done 4.5 miles now, so I've done about 2.5 miles on that, and the Sand Dragon as well. Okay. Yeah. So keep it saying I will take that for a proper drive.
Cool. Hopefully, maybe next year when the weather's better, we'll come back.
Yeah.
So that's just a bit of a behind the scenes with Gary, but there's more to come sometime next year. So bear with us. Hopefully, when the weather's better, we might be able to get some out, go for a drive, and get some video footage.
Yeah, but I first met George in 2006. I first met George. So when I bought cars, went to LA. Met him, really nice bloke. Got on really well with him. Bit nervous meeting the hero to start off with, but then sort of become a friend, and then brought him over to done a car show in Sweden with him. Paid us to take a few cars out there. Same again, really got on with him and his psychic Tony Wood. And then it was always an ambition of mine to bring George over to this country. And went for Drogheda Weatherspeed, runs Ribbon right. Managed to pull that off. We got him over. Had all the cars on the show. Late November, on his 86th year birthday, and come over to very sunny England and see the car. And really enjoyed it. Well, because it was more of a retro event and a rock and roll event and a lifestyle event more than a car event, because obviously he's replicating cars all the time. So I think he's sort of brought back to his youth, and always got this image of him going back to America, telling everyone this is what England's like.
Fish and chips and lots of rain, lots of cool cars.
Yeah. And then unfortunately passed away. I went out to his funeral as well. So
we were there too.
Yeah.
It was an experience.
Yeah, it was really good send off. Because some of the old colleagues working, telling a few stories,
I
which you
know.
know, everyone was in tears with laughter in the end, like, which is good. No, but it's a really good send off. Yeah, So the bloke's history, it's an art, you know, it's art. It's getting more and more classes modern day art. You have a look at Alvin, that was George's first car he built from scratch. So he built that from scratch. The first car he built with a open top roof on it. It's art. It's art.
Yeah, very much. It's
Yeah.
thank you so much for spending time with us,
Yeah.
sharing some stories. We'll definitely be hanging out again.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. Right, thanks a lot. Cheers.
Cheers. Wow. There's so much, we could talk for a lot longer. It's like, there's so many things in my head, like there's so much more, but just a nice introduction.
Yeah.
Keep it condensed, but
Yeah.
perfect.